Are you a breeder looking to showcase your show pigs? With a Walton Webcasting Show Pig Shoot, we are your go-to video service for capturing the full picture of your show pigs. We specialize in providing top quality video services for breeders like you. Our skilled video team comes directly to your operation. You talk to pigs, we capture the video. Whether it's baby pigs, boars, gilts, or sows, we ensure that their unique features will shine through. With the power of our website and social media, your professionally recorded videos are streamed live, allowing potential customers from all over the country to view and appreciate the quality of your show pigs. We handle the technicalities so you can focus on what you do best, raising exceptional livestock. To schedule your next show pig shoot, call Rhonda at 765-431-7367. Welcome to the ultimate show on the track. Today we celebrate our premier partners, the driving force behind the livestock industry across the nation. Get ready to witness the power of partnership as our premier partners take to the asphalt. Green light and they're off. On the track we have our first partner, Laird Premium Blend Genetics from premiumblendgenetics.com. Next up, it's Beck's Hybrids from beckshybrids.com. And here comes Showright from showright.com. Coming around, we have Brad Howe Ford from bhiford.com. Right behind them, it's Biozyme from biozymeinc.com. And here comes First Farmers Bank and Trust from ffbt.com. And rounding out the racers, it's Kennedy Ventures from kennedyventuresok.com. On the track and in the ring, it's all about collaboration and teamwork. Join us in honoring our premier partners because together they're the driving force of the livestock industry.
'25 Weather Goat Showmanship Drive. We have 3 divisions we're going to work through. Our senior division consisting of 10th through 12th grade. We will then select a champion in reserve. Then we'll sort through the intermediates, 7th through 9th grade, select a champion in reserve. And then our junior division includes 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Once we get our division champions and reserves, we'll bring those back for the overall Weather Goat Showman for the Oklahoma Youth Expo 2025 show. Before we get kicked off here this morning, we have a special treat. We have Riley Law from Strother here to sing the national anthem. If you would, please stand and join me in a salute to the American flag.
Ooh. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, great job, Riley. What a great way to kick off this morning. And we are ready to start our Weather Goat Showmanship competition. Starting with the senior division, we're going to be starting with class number 1. That'll be your 12th grade seniors.
Well, we would like to start off the morning with saying I can't wait to have another great day at OYE. Yesterday was incredible. I know the showmen are going to be incredible because we've seen too many of them. I promise you I'll try to be extremely efficient here, but I want to take just a moment with these young people and at least give them my thoughts so they understand. This is the group here we're going to keep and work through to find out who our winner of our 12-year-old showmanship is. Why don't you pay off these kids on the backside as they leave the ring here? I'll get to work over here.
And we've heard a few comments there from our judge here this morning. I'll go ahead and introduce him. If you notice, from yesterday, he was our associate weather show judge. Mr. Brent Titus is a club lamb breeder in Alexis, Illinois, along with his wife Lindsay and son Trace. They own and operate Titus Club Lambs, a flock of 200 club lamb ewes. In addition, his family owns and operates Next Gen Sales, a platform for marketing elite livestock across the country. If you would join me this morning and let's show Mr. Titus our appreciation for coming out to evaluate our showmanship contest. We're going to talk the top 5 to you here this morning and give you my thoughts. I spoke with all these young people, and so if you're connected to one of them and you have questions about why they got pulled, feel free to go ahead and visit with them, because I did talk to those kids. But we're going to discuss the top 5 in these divisions, and I think we start off
our 12th graders. They are just absolutely good all the way down through here, all 11 that we kept out of that 20-some that came in. Tremendous showman. With that being said, the young lady that wins for me, she's a hammer. She wins it easy. She wins from the moment she steps into the ring. She never deviates from that. You know, they're great showmen. These kids could all show livestock for me, but she gets it. Her posture, her position, the way that she handles that goat's head, the way that she gets her hip low and allows that goat to drive up into her when we're bracing is so perfect. And then her presence on the move and the way that her posture and look when she's outgoing, you know, there's a true partnership here between her and her animal. You can see it. You can see the work's been put in at home. I'd like you to congratulate her. I think she's a tremendous showman. The young lady in second is right on her heels, and I think she really grabs your presence and attention when she's moving. You know, she hits that gate, and you can see the look of a competitor in her eyes. She's got a tremendous eye contact with the judge. Her posture, again, is something that I like. I don't think you were quite as consistent on the brace, getting that one set up. I think there were a couple times the feet just weren't quite perfect, but you do a good job. I'd like you to take just a little bit of pressure off that thing's head. It looks just a little uncomfortable to me, and I know he's fighting. But in a perfect world, that thing drives up and his nose and muzzle are level. This one sometimes gets elevated and got that nose pointed at the sky. And I don't know that part of that's the goat, but part of it is also, you know, having your project trained. And you're obviously reserved in this division because you do a tremendous job. It's a subtle little thing that I think separates you and the young lady that wins. Great job to you as well, young lady. Young man in third, probably in terms of this look right here, from the brace and the comfortableness of his hands on that goat's head. Boy, I like that. I do. He grabs your attention. He gets a tremendous push out of this animal. That goat is always running the right direction. Too many times I think you let the goat overdrive on you. Then he wants to splay out on his back feet. Just a bit more uncomfortable than the two young ladies, but you do a great job to get up here. Young lady in fourth, really good. I think there at the end, we just didn't maybe get our back feet set as consistently as the ones above you, but obviously fourth is no slouch in this group. Same thing for the young man in fifth. He has tremendous presence. I love his eye contact. Everything that he does is great. I think at times he needs to be a bit more concerned about getting his goat set up before he worries about where I'm at. Make sure those 4 feet are where they need to be, and then find me, because he's ultra concerned about what I'm doing. Sometimes I look down and I say, man, the goat's not quite square. Tremendous set. Like I said, I talked to 6 through 11. They can fill you in. It's a great group of kids. Give them all a big round of applause. Good job.
What a great way to open up our senior division with our 12th graders. First place, Izzy Lewis from Dewey. Your second place was Kenseth Zubrod from Guthrie. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now showing class number 2. This will be 11th grade.
Another great group. I can't wait to work through the top end of them. They're absolutely incredible. Congratulate all these young people and congratulate these kids here as they head up the ring. What an incredible, incredible group, and I mean that absolutely sincerely. This group is full of rock stars. These kids are great. They get it. They know what they're doing. They know how to operate. They have serious look of true competitors on their faces. I think it's absolutely challenging to sort. I will tell you that probably sorting this division of showmanship was harder than anything that I had to do yesterday, because I can make a case for any of these top 6 or 7 to win, and really not say anything negative about the ones that are behind them, because they're just so good and so meticulous in their attention to detail. I do think the young lady that wins, to me, she's just maybe a little cooler, a little calmer, a little more relaxed, and yet still gets a bit more drive out of her goat than the young lady we have in second. I think that pair's so close. And, I mean, you could talk about the subtle differences in their posture. I have no preference either way. I think they both do a tremendous job. Young lady in second maybe gets her hip down and a little lower, a little more upright here, halter, chain. It makes no difference to me as long as the partnership looks right. I did think right at the end, that last touch and handle I got, there was just a bit more consistent brace here by the young lady I used to win. But don't take anything away from either of them. They are rock stars, both of them. Give them both a big round of applause. Young lady in third, I'll tell you what, on the move, and your presence when they're moving around the ring is absolutely impeccable. I love it. The look of intensity, the eye contact, you and this goat get along real good. It's when we get on the side view and the brace that I probably run you in third. I think sometimes we just get to go overdriving a little bit. He wants to push too hard off of his back hocks, wants to slide out of them back feet. But gosh, it's a great division, and you should be proud of yourself for being up this high in it. Our fourth place one, there are moments, young lady, that I think be at the front of the line. And then we have other times out here where we get ultra focused on what I'm doing, and I look down at the goat and everything's kind of out of whack. His top line got real off, his hip got off, his feet weren't right. So take care of your project, then worry about the judge, because when you get it right and when you're doing it right, there isn't one in this division that can compete with you. When it's good, it's as good as any we've seen today. I congratulate you. Just need a bit more consistency front to rear, start to finish, and we can move you up to any of the spots ahead of you. Do a great job. The young man that comes next, awesome brace, great eye contact. Love the look he gave when I looked at the front end of the goats at the start of the class. The longer we go, the deeper we get into this, there are more times I see this goat's back feet not set correctly, and he wants to stretch them out, and they're offset, and they don't look right. That got you pulled here fifth. It's a heck of a division, guys. Give them all a big round of applause.
Well, another rock star set there in our 11th grade division. Congratulations. First place to Caitlin Morgan from Newcastle. Second place was Cody Fleming from Balco. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now showing our third and final class of the senior division. This will be 10th grade.
another great group, and I kept too many, and I'm okay with that because they're really, really good, and I want to give them all a big shot to show themselves off. Let's congratulate these young people over here, and we'll work through this 10th grade, I believe, in our goat showmanship.
think there's a couple of those kids had to leave.
Boy, it just stays good, and I'm so impressed with the quality of these young people and the way that they're getting it done. I think this young lady is tremendous. Another one that I think just commands your attention from the moment that she hits that end gate and just gives you that look like, hey, I am here to win. And this division is going to be incredible, and I have no idea what's about to happen because the class winners and the seconds are so good. But boy, her posture is ideal, and I guess if you've watched up to this point, you kind of can pick a pattern of the kind that I like, the way I want the posture to be, the way I want the shoulders to be, what I want them to look like when they're moving around, and she hits it to a T. I think a little more comfortable on the jawline and the head of that goat than the young lady that's in second, and that's probably the sort for me. And it's a minor difference, but you know, when you get down here and they're this good, it's the minor differences that sort them apart. And I do think that she just looks a little more natural in the way that she's got her hands on that goat's jaw and the way that her pressure is and the alignment and the way she gets a push. I think we're just a nickel better there. And to me, that's the only difference between first and second. They do position themselves a little different around the goat. Again, like I said, in the last heat, we had some of that too. Really doesn't bother me as long as we're getting the right kind of brace and we look comfortable. I think they both do that well. They do an extremely good job. Young lady in third is just solid, just all the way through. She kept working her way up, moving her way all the way up into the very, very elite of this group. I think right at the end, you know, maybe she got nervous, goat got nervous. We just weren't as consistent as the two ladies above you, but take nothing away. You do a great job. The one in fourth is a hard one to show. That's a little goat that's bucked over in his front knee, and you're doing a great job. It's just the longer we go, the more he wants to drive forward, and he just doesn't look natural up in his front end, and we got to keep him rocked back, and we got to keep him shook out, to try to not exacerbate the issues that he's got up there in his front shoulder. You do a killer job, no doubt about it. I thought right when we got to the end, maybe you let that goat just lean forward too much on you. You needed to drive him back, to rock his neck back, put him back into the position he needed to be. Fourth, there are looks, man. There are looks here that you think she can win. And then right there at the end, we just got to where the feet weren't set and the goat was kind of pushing in an awkward position. I went ahead and pulled you. Intensity, eye contact on the move. You're a killer. Keep it up. Just be a little more consistent through the class. We can move you up some spots. Guys, they're great. They're great all the way down through here. There's a bunch of good ones we turned loose. Give them a big round of applause.
Your 10th grade results. Congratulations to Jade McPeak, Shakota. Second was Emery Lee from Elgin. We'll now be showing for our senior division championship. Representing Class 1, 12th grade. First place was Izzy Lewis from Dewey. Representing Class 2, the 11th grade, first was Caitlin Morgan from Newcastle. And representing Class number 3, 10th grade, is Jade McPeak from Shakota. Your seconds out of Class 1, 12th grade, Kenseth Zubrod from Guthrie. Second out of Class 2, 11th grade, is Cody Fleming from Balco. And second out of Class number 3, 10th grade, is Emery Lee from Elgin. This is your senior division drive. Each division and reserve division winner today will be receiving an Oklahoma Youth Expo belt buckle.
They are so good, and it's so exciting to get to work with the young people today. And obviously, after a big day yesterday, you wondered how many of the kids would come back. And I can tell you from through the first division, you don't have to be concerned about that. The good ones are here. There is no doubt about it, and they are here to win. There's the first thing that I guess I would say, and I'll try to keep it brief. There's no right or wrong answer here. I mean, that showmanship it's very easy for me to judge the goats and say, well, this is my kind, and this is the direction, and this is what we're going to do. And Chance and I had those discussions yesterday. Showmanship is so subjective, and it is so subjective to determine what one person likes and another one doesn't. And let's be honest, all 6 of these young ladies out here are incredible, capable of driving a goat all the way to the big house tonight. They have that kind of ability, and so when you get into the situation where they are that deep good, it really becomes personal preference. And I do believe that there are 2 I like tremendously, but that doesn't mean that if you're not one of those 2, you need to be disappointed in what you accomplished. A different judge, a different set of parameters, a different opinion on a different day, this thing can switch a dozen different ways. And I say that because I think these kids are all incredible. And I know the amount of work that it takes to get to this level and to look like this in the ring. We did it with our son, and I understand that win or lose today, it doesn't change what you've got to do when you go home and get ready for the next one. I'm proud of each and every one of you and every kid that came out here. I only get to pick 2, and I'd like to make all 6 of you champions. I don't get to do that. There's a pair of them I think are killers. We'll go out here and make them your champion reserve in this division.
Your champion showman comes out of the 10th grade. That'll be Jade McPeak from Shakota. Your reserve champion comes out of the senior class. That'll be Izzy Lewis from Dewey. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We'll now start our intermediate division. We have 3 classes, classes 5, 6, and 7. We're starting with class 5. That'll be your 9th grade. So in the ring are coming our freshmen. Yeah.
We sort our 9th graders down here, and I think a tremendous group. We talk to these young people, give them a round of applause as they head out the ring, and we'll work through these top 10. Quality, quality, quality. I mean, that's the word of the day here. And I think this young man really sorts himself in this group. And another one that I think from the moment he hits the ring and until you get down to the final, he to me is the winner. Just a great showman, really comfortable up on that goat's front end. Love the way he props that goat's neck right out of the top of his shoulder. We've got a perfect 90-degree angle from his neck into his shoulder blades and into his top line. Keeps that goat's head rocked back and that goat driving up in the right direction the whole time. Really can't tell you that I'd change a whole lot about what you're doing, buddy. I thought you surfaced to the top relatively handily in this group. The young lady at second, when this goat is participating correctly, is as good as any of them. He wants to fight her just a little bit and pull his neck and chest down, maybe get just a little more uncoordinated there up through his front end. And I think that does hurt him just a little, or hurt her just a little in the placing of this top pair, but they're both really good. Ultra consistent is what I would call this young young man. Maybe not lots of frills or bells and whistles, but man, when you look at him, he's always doing it right. The feeder's set correctly. The goat's where he needs to be. He gets a killer brace out of this thing. Every time I touch him, he handles like a rock. Just a really, really good job. If I could change anything that you do, buddy, it's probably there's a little too much upward jaw pressure on that goat's head. It gets a little uncomfortable looking to me when we get down to the top 3. That's what got you pulled in 4th. She does a great job. The goat gave up on her right at the end. Love the way you look when you're in motion. That thing gets out and goes. Good partnership. Same deal here in 5th. The goat just kind of quit on you there at the end. I went ahead and pulled you because we couldn't get him set. Talk to these other kids. Most of theirs is about getting the feet set, make sure the goat is driving up and into them. Really, really good set of kids. Give them a big round of applause.
And out of an outstanding freshman drive. First place, Ridge Rose from Sapulpa. Second place was Kinley Brown from Newkirk. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now showing class number 6. This will be our 8th grade division.
Another really, really good group here in our 8th graders, I believe. They're quality. These are going to be fun to sort through. Give them all a big round of applause, especially these youngins as they leave the ring. Another great division of and just so much fun to work with them and just see the emotion on their faces as they're competing. You could just tell they all want it so badly, and that's what makes it so much fun. The young lady here we start with, I think, honestly, one that just churns her way to the top, and she just is so consistent and so complete in how she goes about it. And the longer I study them, I'm like, she just doesn't make any mistakes ever, and gets this goat driving, does the right things, gets down and gets that goat to push up. I think just a little less fidgety maybe than the young lady in second, and that's probably what sorts that pair for me. You cannot take away from the competitiveness of our second place exhibitor. No doubt about her posture, her facial expressions, her eye contact. She is here and it is all business, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. I thought right at the end maybe just a little too much rocking the goat, a little too much fidgeting with some of them feet. But I do think in relation to the young man that's in third, she looks more comfortable up on the front end. I feel like this goat is really wanting to pull down on him, and all the time he's really having to pull up, and it just doesn't look overly natural. I will say this, you get a tremendous embrace out of your animal, you do a really good job. I want that goat to look a little more relaxed up there in his front end, and his head to be just shoved back over the top of his blade just a little bit more. But I do think they're all really good. This young man, super job, worked his way a long way up here. Love his posture, and I love the way he holds that goat's jaw. I love the way that goat's head is positioned right above the top side of his shoulder. I think that's ideal type showmanship to me. I do think at the end we could have got just a bit more push out of him, and he didn't brace maybe quite as much as the ones that are up above you, but you did a great job working your way all the way up to fourth. This young lady right at the end, the goat just kind of gave up on her. She knows what she's doing. I thought on the move you were an easy first pull there when we kicked you in the circle. You do really good. I just wish maybe that we wouldn't let this goat overdrive and roach up in his top just a little bit from time to time. Hey, give him a big round of applause. It's another division of real good ones.
Stellar 8th grade drive. Congratulations. First place to Kelsey Heisler from Wacomas. Second place was Maudie Peach from Moreland.
Is she not back there?
We'll now be showing our third and final class of the intermediate division. This will be Class 7, 7th grade.
little smaller heat, but boy, don't let that make you think that it takes away from the quality. These are good, and they are fun to sort, and I think these top three are just incredible, and spent a little extra minute there just making sure my mind was right and that I had them the way I wanted them. I liked the young lady that we used to win when she came in the gate. Her posture, her presence, the look that she gives you on the side profile I thought was very good. I think she does a little better job getting the goats back legs back and set where they need to be. I think I get just a little more consistent brace on her than I do the young lady that's in second, but they're both really good, and it's a close placing. I think all three of the top three are relatively close. The young lady in second does such an incredible job of getting low and getting that goat to drive up, and that's a big thing for me, is that you need to use your hips and not your knees. She nails it, right? She kills it. She gets down, drives, and makes that goat drive up into her. Everything looks right. It looks like it all fits together, that the two partners here are just puzzle pieces that go the way they need to. I do think from time to time you get a little extra pressure on your goat's head, and it looks just a little awkward with that nose pointed straight up to the sky, but you're doing a great job. Don't let that take away from you. Super, super good. This one right here is eye contact, the way her shoulders are placed, the look that she gives you moving around the ring. You have to appreciate that, and she is so good. You got to get just a little more drive out of your goat. There's just too many times that the top two really got theirs pushing and driving, and yours looks like he's just kind of standing there. And that's why I sorted you, but don't take it away. Keep working at it, because the rest of what you're doing is awesome, okay? The young man in fourth gets those feet set, pushes real good. I wish he would get around the front of his goat more. He's driving that goat with the point of his knee. I'd rather him use the inside of his thigh. I think he gets more control. The young lady here in fifth, great posture, upright stance, like all that. Your goat doesn't push enough. Too many times he's just kind of standing there. We talked down here, a lot of it was about feet placement, about getting the goats to push just a little harder, but it's a great division, and those top three are certainly incredible. Give them a big round of applause.
Your results out of the 7th grade class. First place to Whitney Reese from Bakoshi. Second was Allie Enlow from Sapulpa. We will now be showing for our intermediate division champion. Representing Class 5, 9th grade, class winner, Ridge Rose from Sapulpa. Representing Class 6, 8th grade, first place, Kelsey Heisler, Wacomas. And representing the 7th grade, Whitney Reese from Bakoshi. Second out of Class 5, 9th grade, Kinley Brown, Newkirk. Second in Class 6, 8th grade, Maudie Peach, Moreland. And Class 7, 7th grade, second was Allie Enlow from Sapulpa. This is your intermediate division drive. Our champion and reserve champion division winners will be receiving an Oklahoma Youth Expo belt buckle.
Well, we're going right through this today, and I'm sure excited to get to work with them. Another great division, another extremely high-quality set. In my opinion, there are a pair of them out here that it sorts down to, and amongst them, they're very, very close. I think one of them maybe, for me, just a little more comfortable on the head of that individual, maybe just a little less of that pressure. Goat looks a little more natural in his head carriage, but they're both really, really good. Congratulate them all. I'll go out here and get you a champion reserve in this division.
And your intermediate division champion goes to Ridge Rose from Sapulpa. Comes out of the 9th grade, Class 5. Your reserve champion is Kelsey Heisler from Wacomas out of Class 6, 8th grade. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We'll now be starting our junior division drive. Junior division should have class number 8, 6th grade in the holding area.
really good group. And again, these last couple classes have been smaller, but it certainly is not taken away from the quality. I'll tell you, this is as deep of a group of 11 as we've had today, and just the sort between 3 and 7 or 8 is so minute. I really thought the young man surfaced to win. I think one that really does a great job getting his goat set up, and I mean right there just giving you a killer stick, a deadly look. They look like a good partnership. Maybe could be just a little flashier on the go if we were going to change him at all, but that's getting awfully critical of a young man that's doing a very nice job. Young lady in second has tremendous presence and really commands your attention. I didn't think we were maybe as consistent on the brace, maybe didn't get quite the push out of that goat as our class winner. The young lady that comes in third, a big goat, and she's doing a good job. He just needs to push a little bit more, but she knows there are fundamentals, and she gets a little bigger or we get a little more right-sized goat here, she could definitely be in contention because her hands are in the right spots. Everything she does is correct, just not enough brace. The young lady in fourth, this goat got to wanting to back up and pull away, pull down his on her. When I pulled her, the same deal here in fifth. Goat just didn't want to set his feet where they needed to be and got a little uncoordinated looking. We went ahead and pulled him. Good set here to start off this last division.
Your results out of Class 8, the legendary 6th grade. First place to Perry Poe from Cherokee. Second was Dakota Thurman from Roosevelt. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now showing class number 9. This will be 5th grade.
another smaller division, then I will tell you, though, in my opinion, the class winner here is absolutely non-negotiable. There's not a lot that I'm going to argue with you all about, but I would probably take offense if you told me that I missed the fifth grade class winner, because I think she is a heater. She does an absolutely amazing job. She really, really gets a great brace out of that goat. She does all the things we've talked about all day in terms of that neck coming directly out of the top of that shoulder, sitting right over the top of that goat's blade, making that thing push and drive and blend and balance. Man, I think you do a great job, young lady. Certainly going to be deserving of that banner you're going to get. I thought she won it pretty handily. Second and third to me is very close, and I can make a case to go either direction. We studied them here just an extra minute or two right at the end. I think the young lady in second does a more consistent job getting her goat to brace. I think you do need to get him to maybe push a little harder from time to time, but what I do think you do is you get your back leg set, you get your hip down, and you drive into that thing correctly. You're a tremendous showman. What's probably hurting you the most right now is you need about another 20 pounds of oomph to get that goat just to push and drive the way you want it to. It'll come. The good thing about that is if that's your only problem, you give it a couple years, you'll be winning this thing. The next one that comes out in third, awesome posture. Love her shoulders, love her hip, love the way she curls that foot around that front end. Young lady, I got to get you to get those back feet set. Too many times they're off and scissored off, and that's what I put you third today for, because there were just too many times I looked. The rest of it's good. As you get bigger and able to reach back there and fix them, it's all going to be good. Young man here does a super job controlling his goat. Maybe not quite enough brace. I like the way this young lady here wants to stand upright and throw her shoulders back. I need you to get that goat to drive into you just a little bit more. The same was true about both of these. We're just not getting quite enough push out of those goats when we get right down to the end. Tremendous, tremendous division again. We just got one heat left, but they've been killer all day. Congratulate them as they head out.
Rockstar fifth grade class there. First place was Lucy Bullis from Enid. Second was Amy Ebersole from Cheyenne. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now showing our third and final class of the junior division. This will be class 10, third and fourth grade.
are in our final heat, and obviously a division, our grand champion left. And, you know, it's just so impressive to me that we get down to the youngest division of the day, and we have individuals like these 5 that soar to the top, because they are absolutely awesome showmen, and they do such a good job. And I'm so pumped for them to get back. The young lady that wins is an absolute hammer. I mean, she just does it all right. There is just not much I could tell you that I'd like her to change. It's where it needs to be all the time. Tremendously intense, great eye contact, wonderful placement of those hands. Goat drives like he's supposed to. Feet are set the way they need to be. Thought she was very deserving of that division win. The young lady in second, so cool and calm. She does such a tremendous job of keeping that goat's head elevated right up over the top of that shoulder blade. Man, this is perfect here. The way that she collects the shoulder, the neck, the head attachment of that goat, it is exactly what I'm looking for all day. My one critique on you is you push him so hard, he wants to hyperextend his back hocks. For me, his back legs are set about that much too far back, and we need to get him moved up and shorten him up just a nickel. Some of that's got to do with size. I totally get it. It was close, but you do a great job too. This one right here gets the hardest brace and the biggest drive out of any of them in this particular class. She can make that old goat push and drive and look creasy and turned up muscled. Unfortunately, sometimes it comes with some front feet that get out of position and out of whack. We don't always maybe have that goat all 4 feet on the corners, but as you grow, it's all going to be fine, because you're already able to get the push and the crank out of them that you're going to need for the next 9 years. Really good job right here, buddy, but we got to get you wrapping that front end just a little more. You're one that's wanting to show with the point of your knee instead of the inside of your thigh, and I just get a wrap around there. This young lady gets it, like all the posture and the way she gets low and gets this thing into her hip, like that's what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, she's got a partner here that wants to be a knucklehead, and he just wants to back up and drop his top and get away from her all the time. We got to keep his belly up. We got to get him to drive more, but you're going to get it, because I love this. I love how you get. I love where your hands are on the side of that one's jaw. We get a partner that'll brace and drive up into you. You can go a long way up into this deal too. Tremendous class. Can't wait to see the division. Give them a big round of applause.
And your results out of Class 10, 3rd and 4th grade. First place is Presley Lewis from Broken Bow. Second, Ellison Lee from Elgin. That is the last class of our junior division. We'll now be showing for our junior division championship.
Good job, guys.
Introducing your junior division class winners. Representing Class 8 out of the 6th grade. First place was Perry Poe from Cherokee. Representing Class 9, 5th grade, Lucy Bullis from Enid. And coming out of Class 10, your 3rd and 4th grade division, Presley Lewis from Broken Bow. On the second row, Class 8, 2nd place, Dakota Thurman from Roosevelt. Representing Class 9 in the 2-hole, Amy Ebersole from Cheyenne. And your second out of Class 10, 3rd and 4th grade, is Ellison Lee from Elgin. There is your junior division lineup.
getting to the end here of our showmanship, and I think this division is as competitive as any we've had a chance to go through today. Kids are just incredible. They do an absolutely incredible job out here in the ring. So excited to get our division champions out here. I think this gets close, and I think all three class winners are in the mix for one of the two spots. I think it just comes down to who you think gets them put together the best in the ring right now. There's one of them I think is doing a knockout job. I'm going to go select that one, then give me a minute here, and I'll get you a reserve. Congratulate all these kids in this youngest division.
And your champion, junior showman, comes out of class number 10, Presley Lewis from Broken Bow. And your reserve champion, junior division, comes out of class number 8. That'll be Perry Poe from Cherokee. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We'll now be lining our 3 divisions up for our overall GOAT Showmanship winner. Now showing for overall Weather GOAT champion showman. Our champion out of the division seniors. Your champion senior was Jade McPeak from Shakota. Your champion intermediate, Ridge Rose from Sapulpa. And your champion junior division, Presley Lewis from Broken Bow. Your reserve champion, senior division winner, Izzy Lewis from Dewey. Reserve champion, intermediate, Kelsey Heisler from Wacomas. And your reserve champion, junior division, Perry Poe from Cherokee. There is your overall champion lineup. Selecting an overall champion Weather Goat showman as well as a reserve overall. There will be a champion and reserve. Once again, if we could give our judge, Mr. Brent Titus from Alexis, Illinois, a great big round of applause. He's done a really efficient, high-quality job in judging our showmanship contest this morning.
Such a pleasure to be here today and to work with the young people and the crew and the staff at OYE. And obviously, Chance and I've got the grand drive tonight, so you might get to hear from us one more time. But I do sincerely want to thank the ring help, the people that are putting on the show, the superintendents, Cass, Tyler, all the folks at OYE. I'm just not sure that we all, I think sometimes we all take for granted the stuff that's so cool and so awesome when it becomes the norm. And for y'all that are from Oklahoma, OYE is a big deal, but it's something that happens every March. I remember the first time I came here and I was in absolute awe of this because we have nothing like this in the Midwest. And, this would make our state fairs look tiny. And the efficiency that it's ran at, their ability to run all these rings at the same time and still get things done. And we got kids running out of here to show steers and running back in here, and it all works. And we never slow down, and we never have issues. And guys, as a former superintendent at a state fair, I can tell you how important that is and how hard these guys and ladies are working to make it happen. So would you one time put your hands together for the people that put on OYE, because they are the reason we get to do this. The showmen are absolutely incredible. There's multiple ways you can go. There's a pair of them that I thought were super, super close in their division. I would feel like I did a disservice if I separated them out here for Grand and Reserve. I've had a blast the last 2 days. I can't wait to get down there tonight and experience the Grand Drive from inside the ring. It's definitely a bucket list item for me, and I'm glad you all let me check it off. Thank you, and we'll talk to you this evening.
Your 2025 overall Weather Goat Showman is going to be Jade McPeak from Shakota. Reserve champion overall will be Izzy Lewis from Dewey. Congratulations to both those exhibitors. Our grand will receive a $500 educational scholarship, and our reserve champion will receive a $250 educational scholarship. AFR Showmanship. We will be starting the AFR Showmanship here momentarily. The AFR Showmanship will be starting here momentarily.
behalf of AFR, I would like to welcome you to the 2025 Agriculture Achievement Contest Showmanship Competition. AFR is a family farm organization representing nearly 60,000 family memberships and has served Oklahoma since 1905 through educational opportunities, legislative representation, and insurance services. AFR, in collaboration with Oklahoma Youth Expo, organizes this competition to acknowledge Oklahoma's youth interested in livestock. It aims to honor those who demonstrate excellence in showmanship skills and possess extensive knowledge of various aspects of the livestock industry, including production, management, processing, and utilization of end products. AFR, through membership dues and insurance services, returns more than $400,000 annually to the youth of Oklahoma through scholarships, sponsorships of livestock shows, ag contests, leadership summit, and awards. AFR will present $15,000 in awards to the Agriculture Achievement Contest winners on Thursday evening prior to the selection of the Grand Champion market animals. There are 90 high school students participating in this year's contest. Competition is open to 4-H and FFA members exhibiting beef, sheep, goats, or swine in the Oklahoma Youth Expo. Contestants must be high school juniors or seniors. All contestants will complete a written exam Sunday afternoon with questions pertaining to animal husbandry and the livestock industry. Each participant is now being evaluated on their individual showmanship ability. Written test scores and showmanship evaluations will be combined to determine the top 10 contestants, who will then participate in a personal interview on Thursday. The interview questions will focus on the applicant's livestock project and their knowledge of the livestock industry. 11th and 20th place will be determined by showmanship and test scores alone. The top 10 finalists will be notified by an AFR staff member immediately following the goat showmanship on Thursday morning. Interviews will be held Thursday, March 20th at 2 p.m. through 3:30 p.m. in person in the main show office. The final placings will be announced during the scholarship presentation before the market grand drive. Today's judge is Kennedy Clark. Kennedy Clark grew up in Minko, Oklahoma with a passion for all things agriculture. Growing up in a show barn, she was quick to learn lessons and gain countless memories. With that, it ignited a fire in her heart to do whatever she could do to give back to the industry that raised her. She previously served as a member of the AFR Youth Advisory Council and currently is attending Redlands Community College with a double major in animal science and agriculture communications. She is a member of the livestock judging team. Let's give our judge a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these outstanding young people for their participation and excellence in the AFR Agriculture Achievement Contest.